So Claire,
Joel,
what's popping?
J Bills.
What is happening?
We inside.
We inside. Do you know everyone keeps saying we outside, like we're actually inside.
No, we're inside.
Yeah.
We're active.
In fairness, I'm actually boiling. Like, the studio couldn't have like gave me a manual for like the aircon or something. Like, you're right though. Just
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Set up, so I was just chilling.
No one's there. So I mean, first off, before I even begin, I want to pay tribute to fallen king that passed away a few days ago. A guy that literally revolutionized the music industry, Jamal Edwards, SBTV. So, just to briefly touch on from my side, he was the fundamental reason why I started this back in 2010, I believe it was. I was at uni, I saw his work, and I thought, like, yeah, if he can do it, why can't I?
Facts.
So I rebranded 2013, and 2014 was when I met him at Wireless Festival. And all of the love that's been shown to him for the past couple of days, like, when I heard the news, I thought this was fake. This is fake news. This is like, people just want to take it for a joke thing. And I was just like, nah, I can't believe it. And I was chilling indoors, and then literally, when I heard more news and people were telling me about it, I thought, nah, this ain't right. And then the BBC had reported it, and I thought, nah.
Yeah.
I met him at Wireless, and he was so selfless, gave up a lot of his time. Like, we were chatting for 10 minutes. I'm new to the game at this point.
Yeah.
So, like, I asked him for advice, and, and I said, like, you're the reason why I started this. And he was, like, so appreciative. He said, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I said, and he advised me just to keep going, keep pushing, and eventually, like, you'll get to the point where you want to be. Keep going, never give up. And I take those words with me.
Yeah.
So he's the fundamental reason why I started this in the first place. And I want to send my heartfelt condolences to the Edwards family, to Brenda, to Nisha. So, yeah, I mean, also for you, because I know for you, especially your brother, Mike Hough, he was featured quite a good amount of times on SB.
Yeah.
So when you heard the news of that going on with Jamal, like, how did you take it all in, and how did Mike take it, especially since he's been featured?
Yeah. I'd like to send my condolences as well. For me, I never got to meet Jamal, but I always remember Mike talking about him, and when we was younger, like him going to shoot with SBTV and Jamal, and always having such good things to say about him. So when I found out the news, I saw it on my feed, and I just called Mike straight away. And Mike was upset, man.
Yeah, I bet he was devastated.
Yeah, he was, and obviously he still is. It's just crazy, like, first Marvin, Fresh Ego Kid, and now Jamal, and I just feel like we've lost two staples in the creative
like
scene, the
music
fashion,
industry,
streetwear, music, sports. For me, Marvin hit me hard because I spoke to him 2 weeks before.
Wow.
And he was always really nice to me, and he invited me down to his new store that he just opened for Fresh Ego, and it just makes you think I should have gone. Like, I should.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, we're all busy.
Life happens. Yeah.
Life happens. But yeah, like, so. Yeah, I'd like to pay respect to Marvin as well, and Jamal, and obviously being a Chelsea fan as well myself.
Yeah.
Like seeing Jamal ride or die for Chelsea as well. Like, he just seemed like such a cool guy. Yeah. And I just heard so many good stories about him. It's just such a shame.
Yeah, he literally touched so many people's lives, had built careers. Like, I even saw, like, Ed Sheeran's post just today.
Yeah, I saw that before coming here.
Yeah, and I mean, being it as though that when we think of Ed Sheeran, we think of the superstar.
Yeah.
Now, but where we've seen his beginnings, and being homeless, and at the time, I think it was at a producer's place to live in, and Jamal, like, met with Ed, and they built such a chemistry together that literally one video changed Ed's life.
Yeah, literally.
And the best thing about Jamal is that he never wanted anything in return.
Yeah.
And for me to see that, and it's mad because I literally messaged him, Jamal, just under a month ago. I DM'd him and I said to him that you are the fundamental reason why I've started this channel. You are the reason why I'm inspired always. And I want to thank you for all your hard work that you've ever put in. And he literally messaged me back saying, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And a month later.
It's the good ones, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the good ones go.
I mean, again, my condolences to the Edwards family. And I mean, you know, his legacy will live on forever in all our lives, really.
100%.
I mean, it's no easy way to transition, but of course I'm here with you. Like, we've got history.
We've got history.
6
years.
Has that been that long?
6 years, man.
6 years. Fucking hell. I was actually, before I come to see you today, like I searched up your name on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I was going through a lot of videos, and one stood out to me, and I'm thinking like I think it was one you did in 2011, and you had like pink and black trainers. You look like a baby. You look like you look like you
haven't. When I put the t-shirt on.
Yes.
Yeah, they're red and black, but the lighting.
Oh, was it red and black? Yeah. I thought it was pink and black, but I looked at it. I thought, they're hard, you know.
Yeah, the lighting's very pink. Yeah,
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's funny. I was watching that video 2 days ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because someone mentioned it to me, and it was like, oh, I saw this solo. Like, do you remember this one? Like, I remember seeing this, and like, I just remember being inspired by it. Like, Claire, you need to bring something like that back. And then, you know, when you watch something and it's just happy memories. It's like, okay, I'm gonna leave it in 2011, but I'm happy because where I was at that time, I was proud of that piece. But you look at it and you think, the progress I've made is mad, you know. So sometimes it's good to look at things like that.
Yeah, I kind of do that. Sometimes I feel a bit like cringe when I look back on certain stuff, especially like when I did a bit of presenting, like from years ago. Because I remember there were times that my presenters weren't around, so I thought like, let me do it, and I didn't want to put my face on screen. I was like, nah, this is cringe of me to do so.
But you're here now.
I mean, I'm here. I'm here now. I'm here now.
Here now.
She's trying to interrupt the camera angles and all that. You know what's there. But yeah, no, and now like I'm here chopping the shit, and literally for the past 2 years I've been having like deep podcast style conversations naturally, and I'd have thought like, nah, this ain't me. And now like I'm here doing the shit.
But you've been doing this for a minute.
It's been.
You should.
It's been almost 10 years.
Yeah. You should put yourself out there, as you should.
Yeah, and you're putting yourself out there. I mean,
trying.
I mean, firstly, do you know what it is? I was speaking to you before we got on camera that your confidence has further exuded.
Yeah.
Right. When I say to you, your confidence. Listen, you've always had confidence, right? But the last time I saw you, it was at a Christmas party. It was a work do party.
Yeah.
And you come in like you say like, got these new shades and put them on, and I'm thinking like your confidence is out there now. Like have you always been like, I mean, and then I've seen you as always been a confident person, but I've seen recently like mad levels confidence.
Do you know what it is? For those of you that don't know, me and Joel have worked together. Again, that's how we know each other for 6 years. It just feels like, even that was 2021, but 2022, heading into that period of like Christmas to New Year to January, this year just feels different. And the achievements that I've made this year already, which obviously I'm guessing we're going to speak about, it feels different. Like my confidence feels different. It feels like I'm meant to be here where I am, you know.
Facts.
And 2021 was a roller coaster for me. Like it started really well, and then like, oh gosh, it just went down. But you know, like, I'm so grateful that it went down. I know that sounds crazy, but I learned so much. I learned so much about myself, and it made me also appreciate things that I didn't appreciate before.
Really?
Yeah. It's just certain processes.
What was it like? You know, was there certain things that triggered you to thinking like now, like, you know, why now? Why was I feeling this way? Now I'm like, I'm here.
Yeah,
you know?
I think before I'm the youngest sibling.
Right.
I'm the youngest sibling, so I think before, like when I was going through things, I kind of expected my siblings to pick me up, my mum, my stepdad to like pick me up, and I was in a situation where I wasn't living at home.
Right.
I went through a bit of a madness, and I had to rely on myself. Like my family were my rock. Like I could call them at any time.
Yeah.
But there was moments where it was just me on my own. And I had to rely on myself, my own money, my own motivation, my own hard work. I changed jobs, obviously, as you knew. and I had to figure all that out for myself. Only I could do that for myself. And I think really and truly, being 27 at the time, just turned 27 at the time. To me, that seems like a grown age, but that was the moment where I feel like, okay, now I'm adulting, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like, before it was
like
it's just vibes, like I was just enjoying life. But now I feel like I'm adulting, but in a good way. Like, I've just leveled up. It just feels like a level up, and I just feel like now I've been through that. I know I can rely on myself. It's like I proved it to myself. I'm like, no one. You can't tell me nothing. Like, I'm humble. I'm humble. I take feedback, and I would take, lessons and blessings and all that. But at the same time, there's a level where it's like, no, you can't tell me nothing because I know I can rely on myself.
Jesus.
You know?
Jesus.
You get what I'm saying? That's where
I
the
see
confidence
it. I
comes
can
from.
see it. It's really like boosting out the surface.
Yeah,
like, you talking to me now, I can see that
thanks,
you
man.
don't mean shit now at this point.
I just feel like I've got good people around me.
Right.
I'm in a good place. Even like it's the way that I dress, I love. Like I'm in a good place right now.
Yeah.
And again, like I always say to people when I'm giving advice, I'm like, everything's temporary.
Right.
So I'm enjoying it while it's here because there's going to be more hard times.
Yep.
So while I'm feeling really good, I'm not letting nothing take that. You know?
I mean, it's beautiful how you come about that, because I remember like we were talking on a podcast that me and my friend Gully were part of, and
Shout out to Gully.
we had you as a guest on, and I was listening to it last night, and one of the things that you said was when you performed alongside Lady Alicia at Pride Festival, you said it's not the O2, but it's a good crowd.
Did I say that?
Yes, you did.
Wow.
And look how full circle it's come now.
That's ironic.
That's
crazy.
It is, because when you said that, I thought one day, and look where you are now.
Wow, that's mad.
Do you know what was there? I thought like you manifested it before it's even happened.
Without even realizing. I didn't even realize.
You were doing like a Nostradamus. You predicted that it was
mad,
happen.
because it's so funny, because I listened to that podcast about 2 weeks ago before you even hollered at me for this.
Right. Oh, mad.
Yeah, I was just listening to it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. I mean, it's full circle.
Full circle.
Mean, you dominated the O2.
Yeah, it was a moment, man.
You dominated the O2. I mean, I got to ask you, like, you being at the O2, performing with Little Simz.
Yeah.
And even down to like when you first met her and you did the Introvert music video that you choreographed, I'm assuming, like with your group.
I didn't choreograph it.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
But you were part of the whole team,
yeah.
right? So talk to me about your whole experience, as in, how did even the prospect of you working with Little Simz come about? I said Lady Alicia because, I mean, you worked with both, but how did that all come about, as far as you meeting, you get an opportunity to feature in a music video which has gained millions of views, and now you're at the O2? Yeah. I mean, talk to me about your whole experience.
Again, everything happens for a reason, yeah? So, real story time. So, obviously, I said to you, last year was a madness for me.
Right.
And I felt like I was in a really bad place. My anxiety was through the roof, and my confidence was low. And Chloe Dean, the Little Simz choreographer for the Introvert video, the Woman video, and Brits, and other projects that she's worked on with Simz, she messaged me, and she just said, there's this opportunity, I want to put you forward for it, and sent all the dates and stuff. And I was like, whoa. I was like, yeah, let's go. At the time, obviously, I was excited. And then as I'm getting into rehearsals, just mad imposter syndrome coming through. Like, Claire, you're not meant to be here.
A lot of people have been talking about that.
Yeah. I do think it's because of the pandemic. This was the first job out of the pandemic. So we were like regularly testing. We had to do 8-hour rehearsals in masks.
Wow.
8-hour rehearsal in a mask, like literally. And that was for a whole week. Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say that, obviously, me working with you in retail, like, we've had that experience with that, but I can understand as well that you're moving constantly. Yeah. So that must have been a bit of a headache.
All of us was like, this is crazy. Do you know what I mean? But obviously it needed to happen, because at that time, when you think a year on, we're all, I don't want to say comfortable with COVID, but like we're more familiar with it. Right. Then it was like, obviously that was the first dance job I'd done outside of the pandemic, transitioning out of the pandemic. So that was crazy. But yeah, Chloe is incredible. When you're in her rehearsal, she makes you feel comfortable to be yourself, and that's what I was focusing on. I was like, no, Chloe's got me here for a reason, and yeah, she's just incredible like that. Like, she'll get everything done, and she'll be real with you and be like, no, we need to do this, or no, you're not doing that correctly, I like it this way, blah 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 blah. But she will also like take time, and there was conversation I had with Chloe, and I'm like, I'm feeling this way, blah 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 blah, and not once did she say to me, are you sure you're up for this job? She would always boost your confidence.
Wow.
So I got to give a massive shout out to Chloe Dean for that.
Shout out to Chloe Dean.
Yeah, amazing. So so we rehearsed on our own as dancers, and then Simz came in with her team, and then they watched the choreo first, and they were like blown away, and then they asked to see us freestyle as individuals. And what I was amazed by was when we freestyled, like everyone in the room was like completely gassed from the energy. Like, it was amazing. That session was crazy. But then left, and then 2 hours later, Simz posted us freestyling on her page.
Mad.
And for me, I've never really seen an artist put raw freestyle rehearsal footage on their page, like, you know. So maybe actually 2 hours is an exaggeration. It might have been after the video, but you get what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it was soon after.
Yeah, it was really soon after, and I was just like, wow, Simz, like, I posted it on my story, and I was like, I'm not seeing this from an artist. And for me, like, Simz is such a pure soul. Like, whenever she's in a room, like, she's got such a presence, but it's such a warm presence. She's just a cool person, man, like a really cool person. And yesterday was her birthday, which means she's a Pisces, and anyone that's on their star signs, for me, that reads so much.
Right, I see.
I love Pisces. Like, they're just cool people. They're warm. They're in tune with their emotions, in my opinion, and for me, that reads through her music. Her music is so mature to me. Like, she's the same age. She's just turned 28. And I'm like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, for me, like, again, I see that as a big age, but really and truly, we're still in our 20s, and it's like, from what she's spitting about, it just
she's beyond her age as far as like wiser for her age.
Experience, and it's just life experience, and like the way that she translates it. When I found out she was a Pisces, it made sense. But yeah, anyway, so that was the Introvert rehearsals. Then we went into the shoot, and again, it was the pandemic. We were still in and out of lockdown,
right?
And we got the Natural History Museum to ourselves, which was crazy, like real crazy. Like, I'm glad it was a day shoot, because if it was a nighttime shoot, I would have felt like the Purge, you know, like when they come out of nowhere, like I would have been like, whoa.
Yeah, bear looting and shit going on,
you know, like
taking
that.
The dinosaurs away,
You
bear
know, like
skulls
that.
and that in our yard, and then police coming over to the yard. No, don't do that.
But the whole team on that was really cool. Like, it was just, I think we were all really happy to be there out of the pandemic, you know, as creatives, like obviously the film crew, Chloe, Simz, and it was really cool, because there was a moment of there's two versions of the video. I don't know if you know that.
Oh no, I didn't know that.
So you've got the mainstream version that everyone's seen on YouTube, and then there's a complete dance edit that if you buy her album, then you get to see the dance edit. And the dance edit is mostly just us and then her spitting, and it's all in the British History Museum. And there's a piece of choreo. You kind of see it in the mainstream video. You see it more in the dance video. And throughout cuts, she was trying to learn it to do the choreo at the end, because you know Simz has got a dance background.
Yes, I am aware of it.
So she was just really cool. She was like, Claire, can you teach me this part? And I was like, oh, this is not my choreo, but I can teach you. I
could learn quick. Chloe, can you come quick? You don't want to look like I don't know, but still. Yeah. Back me up.
Yeah. So, and there's a picture of us learning the choreo, which was really cool. And just throughout the process, she's really quiet. She is an introvert.
Yeah.
But when she talks, she's like in it with you. Like, she's just in the room.
She's in the zone.
Present.
She's present.
Yeah. And it was a smooth sailing shoot. Like, it was really cool. And then obviously the video got released, and then after that was Woman. And Woman is such a dope video as well. I don't know if you've seen that. Chloe done that as well. And then like 2 weeks before 2-3 weeks before the Brits, Chloe messaged me and just said, check your emails. So I checked my email, and all the details was there, and she's like, I want to put you forward. And then obviously Simz's team had to pick and choose who they wanted.
Right.
And she chose, well, I say Simz chose, but her and her team chose the original cast from Introvert, the original cast from Woman, and then some additional people as well. Damn. So, which I think is really cool. Like, the people that done the music video actually got to perform it live.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool.
So when you got that, when you read the email, like, how did you react to it when you saw the email?
I was just like, Brits. I was like, oh, too, because obviously Mike being my brother, Hough being my brother, like, he's going around the world everywhere, like,
and he's taking you to the O2 for. Is he taking? He's taking you to venues as well, like going backstage and stuff.
Yeah.
You were talking about like seeing Eve at one point, right?
Yeah. So I went to Royal Albert Hall to see.
Oh
Mike
no, so
perform.
it was Royal Albert Hall. It
that's
wasn't
where I
O2,
met Eve.
but it was still like backstage vibes.
Yeah, but that was a moment because
Right.
Eve said I smelt good.
Hey, I mean, you do. You're not lying. You're not
She was
lying.
like, girl, you so good. I was like, girl.
Yeah, it's
Vibe. But yeah, like obviously, yeah, talking about them experiences is like, wow, like for me, I want to perform here. And again, like you say about confidence, I am a masculine presenting woman.
right.
Like I'm not your feminine woman that's gonna book every commercial job, that's gonna dance behind Ariana Grande, for example,
Right.
or Rita Ora or someone like that, you know. So for me, it was kind of like, I don't know if I'm gonna get this opportunity because I'm 27 and it's like I'm seeing people younger than me like killing these tours or killing Brits year after year after year, and it's like I'm happy for them, of course, because this is the route that I chose to be masculine presenting because I want to be myself.
Right.
But now I feel like we've seen a turn. To be honest, I feel like black culture has come at the forefront, and that's like with music, with fashion, and obviously I'm not a black person, but I am involved in black culture.
You're
because
tuned into it.
I'm tuned into it. Like I learn a lot from my friends. I always make sure I pay respect and pay homage, and I think when I look at the cast, I think me and someone else, I think was the only white people there, and it like in the Little Simz cast, and yeah, like I just remember being in the room looking around, and like all the artists that I was with, they was just so happy to perform for a black artist like Little Simz, for putting on for them. And I was like, that's dope. Like, and I'm here, for me, like I had to think, like, I'm here with an artist, like I don't see Simz as completely masculine presenting, but I feel like she represents 4 masculine presenting females.
I got it.
You know? So I was in tune with that, and I just thought we're all in this room for a reason. Like we've been chose for a reason, and like performing a song like Introvert and Woman as well. It's just like it was a moment. Like I just felt like now the idea of a commercial performance or commercial song or something or whatever has changed, in my opinion. Not because of us, but I've experienced it. Like Dave closing it, for example. You know, like closing the Brits like that. Like the idea of a commercial performance is changing, and it's changed. You know,
it's not what you consider like your typical pop artist closing it out.
That's
It's now people I feel that have been underrepresented for so long. They're now main eventing.
Yeah.
And rightfully so.
Yeah. And like I remember after one of the performances, rehearsals, sorry, I was chilling with the woman cast. Shout out to the women ladies. Love you guys. And yeah, they were just talking about the black experiences in the UK and the industry. And I'm just like sitting back and listening and just listening to their experiences and stuff. And then they were just saying like, again, how happy they are to perform with each other, with Little Simz, and just saying like how happy they are to see a main black cast, basically. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Majority black cast, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, how happy they were to see a majority black cast. And I was just like, yeah, like it's dope. Like things are changing. Like more minorities are coming forward, whether that is obviously black artists with black dance artists behind them, or a gay artist with gay dancers behind them. Like, do you get what I mean? It's not your usual commercial scene, what you're gonna see, what you would have seen, sorry, maybe in 2010. You get what I mean? And that's what I think the Brits embodied. Even with Little Simz' speech, the way that she brought her mum up.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, and I can tell you now for free, oh my gosh, the intro of Introvert, we go around Little Simz like that.
Yeah.
And I remember looking into the audience and I'm seeing this woman go like, she's like this in the crowd. I'm thinking, wow, she really is feeling Little Simz right now. And then I noticed it's her mum.
Oh,
her mum was,
supporter.
out of her seat.
So imagine it's like, the only thing closest that I can remember to that sort of feeling was when I graduated from university, and my mum and my neighbour and my cousin, well, I call him my cousin, they all stood up and said, "Yo, go on, boy!"
Yeah.
Everyone else was so silent and sat down.
Yeah.
They'd even raise the roof for their kids.
Mad.
So I'm thinking, obviously, that in hindsight, like, I mean, her mum is obviously her biggest supporter.
Yeah.
So I can imagine this is going off on one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Everyone in the O2 felt it as well. And then like even messages that I got from me performing with Simz, the next thing would like they would say, Claire, you killed it, like you smashed it, blah blah blah. And then they'll be like, oh, but what about her speech with her mum though? And that was the second comment. Like everyone felt that speech. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's a moment. It is. I don't know. Everything that Simz done that night was a moment for me.
It was. I mean, you know, her mum literally almost in the verge of tears. I saw that. And I mean, a beautiful moment, like both moments actually, because I remember when I was watching the Brits live and I saw you on screen, like I shouted the house down.
Yeah.
And I put my story and blah, blah, blah. Here's my mum, trying to ruin it. Yeah. She said like, who are you talking to downstairs? And I said like, oh, I'm just bigging up my friend. Like she just danced at the Brits and what have you. It's just like, well, you're not on the phone to her. I said, no, I'm doing the story. She goes, shut your mouth then. I'm like, oh,
Shout out to Mumsy.
why you ruin it? Mum, you had to ruin it. Like allow it. But I literally was going off.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of people are going off. Like especially like people that we know as well.
Yeah.
And I just thought, what a moment. Like, you know, knowing how I've known you for so long, you've always pushed, you persevered, and look where it's got you.
Yeah, thank you, man. And that's the thing as well, like, a lot of people were sharing it for everyone in the cast. Like, all of us, like, we're all different sizes. Like, there's one time when we hit In God We Trust.
Yes.
And I'm standing next to Bismarck and Omar, who are 6 feet tall.
Yeah.
Big guys,
yeah.
you know? And then there's me and India, who's in front of them. India's even smaller than me, like... You know, and it's like we're all different shapes and sizes. You know, even in the women's cast, it's not your typical like model-looking white woman. You know, there's so many different people in there, and it's like when we came off, I remember all of our socials were kicking off from everyone just saying, "What a moment!
Wow.
What a moment!" Them 3 words, "What a moment!"
Yeah,
it
exemplified exactly what that moment was. It exemplified the night in as a whole.
Yeah.
Like when you got to the Brits, because I saw your picture, like you was in front of it. I think it was in front of, you know, when you go into O2 and you're in front of these like made up books and stuff. I remember where that was. I think it was in front of a couple of restaurants, and you took a picture in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was thinking like, and I was like, when you said like, oh, see you tonight at the Brits, I thought, excuse me? I thought, what?
Yeah.
What? I felt so gassed, like, because like I said, I don't want to feel like this is like a gassing moment but I just felt so much like a bigger brother saying, well done.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man.
Like, you got to a pivotal moment in musical history, let's call it. Let's be real, it's musical history, because everything's redefined now as far as what we just talked about.
Yeah.
And you were a part of that history.
Yeah.
So you can look back in 10 years' time and like you have kids or whatever, and you say like, Mum did that.
Yeah.
Mum was a part of that.
Yeah.
Do you ever look at it when you're in the moment? Do you ever think of it that way, or are you just thinking like, I'm just happy to be here?
Yeah, I remember it getting towards the end of Introvert,
right.
And I was like on stage thinking, this has gone quick. It went really fast. Like it went really fast. But yeah, no, I was really trying to be present in the moment and just be happy to be there. And I've known Chloe since I was like 14. I want to say around 14. I'm 27 now. Gonna be 28 soon. And to represent Chloe on that stage, Chloe danced on stage. She was in the women part, but to represent Chloe meant a lot to me. Yeah. Because me and Chloe share a lot of experiences like together, like personal things, like we've had deep chats and stuff. And everyone in the team was just so happy to be there for Chloe because of the person that she is. Yeah. And the confidence that she put in us as a team. And again, like mentioning people like Omar, leader of IMD, like IMD have made history themselves. Anna Kay, like someone that I've known in the industry for so long, but we've never worked together. Zara Richards, a good friend of mine, but we've never actually been on a professional job together. Yeah. So it's like everything just came in at that moment, and it's like we just came off stage, and it just felt like a moment. It just felt like a moment, and like I don't know if you saw online, but Brits shared it when Simz came off. And she came up to us like this, and like
I saw that.
Hugged her,
oh
and all the
man,
Brit students
I almost wanted to cry.
Yeah, and they were all there like Simz, 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 Simz. Because the energy in rehearsals was so good, because everyone felt that piece. Like,
yes.
and Chloe in rehearsals was like, listen to what she's saying in Introvert. Like, listen to the lyrics and like certain things that she says. Like, anyone that has not listened to Introvert, go and listen to that track because it's deep.
Yeah.
And we had to embody that, you know. And I feel like we did it. And it's not like what you're saying. Like, it's not a gassing up moment. It's not me bigging up myself. Like, yeah, I'm proud that I was there. And I'm proud that I was able to Krump at the O2. Shout out to Chloe for that, because taking Krump to the O2 to a mainstream stage, even though like there was only snippets of it, and like there was a main Krump section right at the end of Introvert, but because it's a wide angle, you didn't really get to see it.
Right.
But for me, that was a big deal when I said to Chloe, "Thank you so much," because that was a dream come true for me.
Because the fact that it's even featured.
Yeah, to Krump in the O2 was a dream come true for me.
Yeah.
So like, it's more of a thing of like, when I say what a moment, it's not Claire's gassing herself up a bit. It's more like I am just so proud and happy that I got to do it.
Yeah.
I got to do it, and it's off my bucket list now. So like that, you know.
There you go. I was just gassed for, like I said, for people that have been misrepresented for so long to now be main eventing as it should be, like I said.
For me, in terms of that category, like, again, you see her bring her mum up, man. You could just see like Simz was just happy to be there and just put Introvert and Woman on the stage. So for me, that's what it was about. And I think that obviously I haven't spoke to her about it, but the way that she came off stage, like her energy, like you could just see that she was happy. And like, who gets on a Brit stage and goes, "Look, mum, look what you did."
Yeah.
That's what it's about. Like, for me, I'm like, girl, you could have won any award. Like, that was a moment.
Yeah.
So I'm just happy
it's more the award than the award itself.
Yeah, for me, like,
Facts.
that she got to stand on that stage herself with her mum and say, look what we did. And the way that she was like, it don't matter, like, where you come from, your race, your sexuality, your this, your that. Like, I just feel like Simz don't even have to do too much, and she's already represented for so many different people. She just hones this kind of energy and power, and like when you're in a room with her, it's just dope. It's just dope.
So has there been a follow-up then? So past the Brits now, you've had numerous moments that night, and you shared it with one of the best artists out there, full stop. So I say now, what's happening? What's the things looking like at the moment? Have you spoken beyond that as far as what could be on the horizon at this point?
There's nothing on the horizon right now, I'll be honest with you, because obviously Brits weren't that long ago. You know what I'm saying? And I think she's got Top Boy coming out. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, she's probably going to focus on that. But I will say this, her team are so dope. Right. Like, so dope. Like, obviously we had a WhatsApp group for rehearsals and stuff like that. None of us have left that WhatsApp chat. Even her friends, her team, have not left that. Right. And we're all messaging like, guys, we miss rehearsals. Guys, I miss you. Like, I must have sent a screenshot of me listening to Woman on Spotify saying, "Is anyone else in a chokehold from this song?" Because I listen to it every day, like every damn day. Facts. So like, obviously we're all still in touch with each other, and I think like obviously her team are seeing that, and her team, like, just in terms of like, they got us hoodies. They gave us free Simz hoodies from the tour, like every single dancer, including the 44 Brit students that joined us on stage. They also got us a photo of all of us together with Simz. So it's not just kind of like, once we got off stage, that was it. That was one and done. You know, like everyone said thanks. It's continuing. So it's not just a one and done. It's like literally like the connection is still there. And it's ongoing. Yeah. Like, we've got each other on Instagram now, and like they're following a lot of us. So it's just good vibes. I just think all in the right time. If there's meant to be something else, if this is meant to be another step, there will be. And I think with the confidence that you've been talking about, and how things have gone full circle, and how things have got to you, like the Brits, that's a marquee moment, bucket list. It could only go up from here at this point. Yeah. You know, and then I'll be one of the backup dancers go, yo, I see you, I'll be right behind. I'll be like, yeah, that's my dog. Thank you. Yeah, I wish Simz all the best, man, honestly. Like, she is 100%. A really, really cool person. And the way that her and Chloe work in rehearsals, like, you can tell that Simz trusts Chloe. And Chloe, a genius, man. Genius. Go and follow Chloe Dean. Go follow her. Yeah, make sure you follow her. Yeah.